Hi guys, how are we all doing today? Happy post-Halloween. I hope everyone had an absolutely amazing time. I know I look a little bit rough, right? I'm just getting over a cold, and whenever I get colds, I literally get I get rashes everywhere, right? There's not really a lot I can do about it. The problem is I go really all out with the festivities, and then I always come away with feeling sick. Always. Anyway, positive vibes here only, apart from if you bought a P-Louise Pinkmas ticket or their pajamas. I have spoken about P-Louise before. If you don't already know, P-Louise is this huge makeup company over here in the UK. They used to specialize in, it was meant to be like the P-Louise Makeup Academy, and it was all like pro makeup. What I am aware, their makeup used to be quite good. Their fans are very cult like minded. If you have come across them before in the wild, you know what I mean. They used to be really targeted towards like the pro MUAs and all of this kind of stuff. And now it feels like it's basically for kids, but it's really weird because a lot of their packaging looks like it's for kids. But then they title products like the bad bitch energy. Like, I've seen comments of people have like 5, 6 year olds and they really want like the bad bitch energy, whatever the hell package thing it is. So a lot of their stuff is actually really targeted towards kids, and they have this like the P Louise Empire, which is in Manchester, I believe. And what they have there is once again a lot of stuff which is like I can't imagine an adult wanting to go there. You know, you go there and you like decorate cakes and decorate gingerbread. But I don't know what's going on in that empire, but I do know that a lot of people have really bad reviews on it, such as the staff being really unprofessional, it just generally not being very stocked of stuff. Apparently, you have to pay extra to like go into their shop, and also the hygiene. People were saying that like the floors were dirty. It's just what I've heard through the TikTok streets. Okay, all of this is to say is that P. Louise has an extremely dedicated fan base, and I will echo what other people have said as well. Is that it either appears to be middle-aged women, nothing the matter. I'm not coming at you for your middle-agedness. That's not what I'm going for. But I'm just saying that it's either middle-aged women or young kids. Other people kind of really side-eye them. And there's reasonings for that. There's brand new reasonings in a minute. We have a whole new pajama gate, which I did not hear that many people talking about. The fact that they were falsely advertising 100% even kids' cotton pajamas, which were not labeled for like safety standards, by the way. And then it turned out to be like 95% viscose or something. Where is Mallory? The please don't buy that girl. Where was she talking about this? Because that was insane.
You're paying £40 for pyjamas, you want them to be good quality, you don't want them to be crap. So if anyone's thinking of buying them, don't bother, because to be honest, just stick to your Primark and be an MPGs, girls, because this is honestly shocking. For 40 quid, this is not good.
We also have the fact that they have this thing every single year called Pinkmas, and last year people were complaining about Pinkmas because I think it was in the Empire, but basically a lot of people were not very satisfied. But if you have a complaint with P. Louise and you want to get on board to their customer service, think again. Think again. Their customer service is notoriously awful. Not just the fact that your products will just straight up not arrive. Things arrive faulty, things arrive, don't arrive. You then try and contact somebody, and it's nigh on impossible. I don't know what is going on in the Empire, but from what I've seen, it's pretty bad customer service.
Why have I just received this when I bought it in the live and it's literally just that? Like, I didn't fucking just want that. I wanted the brushes what went with it. Like, that is why I bought it. Now I'm stuck with this. I think they're shit. I wanted the brushes because they were cheaper and all the other little bits. Try it out. Could have given this to my friends, which now I'm just stuck with this. What the fuck?
There's a whole thing recently where she's come back on and she said, right, I need Pinkmas to be bigger and better than ever. And what they have done recently is in this year they said it would be in the Trafford Centre, which is in Manchester, and it's a great big shopping mall, shopping centre. I'm pretty sure they actually booted out a HomeSense to put in this thing that Paige is building, and it's this like P. Louise sissy. All I can say is whenever they promise things, they never end up 100% delivering on it, but that's just from an outsider's perspective, who really knows. They said it would be in the Trafford Centre, and they said this mid this year. I made a video on it. They then went around posting all this AI imagery of what the concept of this Pinkmas was going to look like, because they promised it would be indoors, because before it was like half in half out at the Empire. So they promised this. They said it was going to be fully indoors, it was going to have all this kind of stuff, and then silently, bear this in mind, they then moved it from the Trafford Centre to Barton Dock Road. I'm sorry, I don't know where this is, but apparently it's extremely close to the Trafford Centre, okay? So technically, yeah, I mean, it's all in the same area, but apparently, according to what other people are saying, the only way that people who had bought these tickets, £80 a pop, can I just say, if you want to go peak time, it's £80, and I think it's 60 if it's off peak, so, you know, like holiday season, holiday term time thing. She didn't let anyone know, but the newspapers told everyone. So there's everyone being like, right, I thought it was in the Trafford Centre. No, no, no. They then decided that they were going to build an even bigger and better thing by literally just building their own structure.
Is indoors, but we've also added to it. So we've under-promised and over-delivered.
That's why we move locations, because we can now have Santa Claus, we can now have a ice skating rink, I want a fairground.
We've got that, that's in.
The level of the lift pile station, I think people thought that was a part of Pinkmas or at the new Trafford store. Little do they know, that's the level we're taking the Empire now. So if you're excited by that, imagine what we're going to do at Pinkmas. 4,500 people on one of the days.
On one day?
For one day.
Wow.
To be fair though, we haven't hyped it, we haven't spoke about it, so have that type of attraction waiting on a wait list is pretty fucking huge.
The actual Pinkmas experience is 30 metres by 50 metres under roof, so it's huge.
Yeah, it means
it's
nothing to me, that.
fucking massive.
So we've got an indoor and outdoor section.
We've got a big wheel confirmed, we've got Helter Skelter confirmed, bumper cars we haven't got yet, but we can find out about that. We just need to see how much space we've got, because there's a lot now.
Next door to the Trafford Centre. And what they promised ice skating rinks, promising a bigger and more immersive than ever. Pinkmas was set to include its own pink ice skating rink, a festive fairground, and a full-on P-Louise pantomime. Bear this in mind, I have seen comments and videos from people, because a lot of people are making videos on this, of people literally getting flights to go to this thing. And Paige kept on teasing it. You can see up here her standing in front of this like infrastructure that was being built. Do you know what I mean? But once again, no one was actually told that they had moved from the Trafford Centre, and they'd already paid. So at this point, everyone was really hoping that if they can get this thing built, it'll be absolutely brilliant. But unfortunately, the other day, and by the other day, I mean earlier on this week, Paige actually put out this statement, and she said, "I'm devastated to announce that Pinkmas, despite being almost fully built, has been cancelled due to issues with the licensing process. Unfortunately, I cannot take the risk of opening the event without a definite resolution, as the last thing I would ever want is to disappoint so many of you. Please believe me when I say this decision has not been made lightly. I have personally invested so much into this build, and the structure is already in place. However, at this point, the only responsible option is to refund everyone in full in the next 5 working days and work towards giving everyone the most perfect solution." Once again, she's then saying customer service will get into contact. What's interesting is that people were not sent emails about this. People were actually phoned and told this information. I can't quite work out if that is a good or a bad thing, because obviously it's more personal if you get a phone call. But then on the opposite side of it, if they'd have sent an email, it wouldn't have been as personal. But also people would be able to screenshot it and like share it to TikTok. I don't really know. I do personally think that a phone call is more personal, and I would prefer a phone call than reading the text. But I don't know why they made that, whatever the decision may be. What I will say is that when there was an issue with the advent calendars from 2024, okay, when those advent calendars came out last year, people had the boxes and some of the stuff wasn't even there. The influencers who hadn't bought it, who were being gifted it ages before anyone else got theirs. Some people didn't even get theirs on the 1st of December, and they were really expensive. Customer service is not great at the best of times. And we've already heard Paige say that for like one of the days, 4,000 people were going to be coming in. That is a lot of customers to have to give refunds to within 5 business days, and also talk to them. When I tell you that not even it's rare for someone to be able to get a refund on like something that they bought. Just one person, then other one else. But whatever, we move. Of course, there was a lot of commotion about this, and people were like, licensing issues. I don't understand this. Well, actually, as it turns out, they left it way too late. They left it way too late. The Manchester Evening News went and did a bit of digging. Founder and CEO Paige Williams said on Monday that unfortunately the necessary licenses haven't been granted in time. But Trafford Council says it was only made aware days ago, on October 16th, that work had started without any planning consent. Paperwork shows the licensing application was only officially accepted by the local authority last week on October 22nd and would have been subject to a 4-week consultation period ending on November 19th, less than 2 weeks before the event was due to begin. A spokesperson for Trafford Council said Trafford Council was made aware on 16th of October that the work started on site without any planning consent, building regulations, or licensing application being submitted. While we were gearing up to assist the company in every way possible, we recognised that timescales were incredibly tight to secure the necessary approvals for the event to proceed. The safety of the visiting public is always the council's main priority. P-Louise said that the cancellation is due to a genuine oversight and has insisted that all ticket holders will be refunded. There's some people that are saying, like, I have seen some people generally just be like, we should give us some slack, like cut us some slack, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. And then other people are quite literally just like, it's lazy. It is so unbelievably lazy for them to do this because the council were literally turning around and saying that everything was not put in, even for like the planning of the permission to the build. Like, how did you even manage to get that far? I'm gonna be honest, this doesn't surprise me because I feel like every single year, even earlier on this year, I was very confused by the AI imagery. I actually genuinely hate when events, it's like the Willy Wonka experience all over again. I hate it when event organisers give us the concept of what something's going to look at through AI imagery. For people spending like 80 quid, like so much money on these tickets and were sold this AI imagery. And I reckon like some people will genuinely buy that as well. I don't put it past people to believe that that was real. Anyway, beyond the whole entire point. So that's the reasoning why Pinkmas is now, I don't know if it's still happening. It's probably just going to go and be at the Empire like it was last year. But then again, last year everyone was complaining because it was outside. I think, yeah, this is a thing of don't bite off more than you can chew. But also, like, just, you should have had this planned out ages ago. They're not a small company. P-Louise is not a small company. And unfortunately, do you know, when you do have people spending a lot of money and organising hotels and stuff to go to these events, and you have not been planning this for that long because they haven't, it's stressing me out. Right, it's really stressing me out. I can't stand it. I think it's just, it really winds me up.
Getting called like tacker, we're getting called that the standard's not there, we're Claire's accessories. The quality of our product has never slipped. The problem you've got is it's the packaging and the print sometimes to always be bashed that our products are tacky and low quality.
No, it's really frustrating as well when I know the formula is absolutely sick.
But it gets worse. You don't think it gets worse? It gets so much worse because just shy of like a month or so ago, okay, we had Pajama Llama drama all over again. It was like, what was her name? Cecily Botchman, was that her name? We had her and her pajamas. Well, like, people skirted on way too quickly from Paige Louise's drama with her pajamas, okay?
The material is cotton. So I believe they are 100% cotton. That's so soft. Like, I can't say, but like, these are comparing to some like really high-end pyjama brands or brands that sell pyjamas, if you know what I mean, Chrissy.
I know what you're talking about.
They are so soft, guys. Cotton pyjamas there for you. Cotton as well, it's like really breathable.
So she had these pajamas that she was selling for £40. She has these lives, right? There's these girls and guys that go on these lives and they're basically just shouting at you to buy something.
Opportunity, please grab yourself.
it's really heinous. But anyway, so they're like shouting to buy something. People are asking them like, hey, what's the material like? Is it nice? And they're like, oh, it's cotton. 100% cotton, guys. Was it 100% cotton? No, it was not. It was actually 95% viscose and 5% elastane.
We came to the price, so I spoke about the price, saying it's £50. And then they were like, oh, that's really good, since it's 100% cotton. And I went, no, it's not. These pajamas are not cotton, okay? Let me prove it to you. So I got the label here, okay? It says 95% viscose, 5% elastane, okay? And it says the same on the trousers. These pajamas are advertised as cotton. They're not cotton. I'm just saying it because I used to be allergic to viscose in the past. Also, another thing, so I was showing them, you know, the arms, and look, mine has already ripped. Okay, now I just got mine from the box this morning. I've been ill all weekend, so this morning I had a bath and I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to put on my P-Louise PJs to make me feel better. And as I was showing the pajamas to my followers, when I checked on both sides, they're already ripped. Now if I carry on, it's going to get worse. Now they arrived like that, the box is still here. I didn't even wash them, I just wanted to wear them straight away. So I'm not doing this to create any drama, but one, be aware that they are not cotton. It does says cotton in the description, but they're not.
But no, it was not 100% cotton. And then they got it. Not only was it not 100% cotton, it was also just really bad. As in, would rip. It was all coming apart at the seams. It wasn't a good product.
You can't really see it on here, but this is coming away from the actual top. On the first button, it's got a black mark on it. There, you can see it there. They're see-through. You can't really see, but they are see-through. They smell like chemicals and factories. There's like thread coming away. One of the buttons are loose. This button's got a mark on it. Let me just add, these pajamas aren't cotton. They are 95% viscose and 5% elastane, so surely that's false advertisement.
But there's still people defending it and saying, it's just an oversight. No, like there are too many crimes being committed here. Not to mention as well is that I did watch this TikToker who I believe she does quite a lot of videos. She's very knowledgeable. It's not Please Don't Buy That. It's not Mallory. It's like a British version, I suppose. This girl that seems to know what she's talking about when we're talking about fabrics. And she was talking about they were also selling kids' pajamas as well. And the problem is with the kids' pajamas, from my own understanding, viscose, put that you can treat it with this material, which makes it a bit more flame resistant. You have to then put in the product description, you know, you've got to wash it cooler. You can't wash it in a really hot wash because it will actually get rid of that layer. And if that is not the case and it hasn't been treated, it needs to literally say in block capitals, keep away from flame, keep away from fire, because it hasn't been treated. It's just straight up viscose.
If it is just generally viscose and it's not been treated, then it needs to say in big bold letters, keep away from fire. Now, I've not bought these pajamas. I don't know if it comes with a tag on that says that. Can someone tell me if it does? But it should also say that in the description, and it doesn't. And again, if the viscose has been treated, it needs to say that on the label and in the description. In summary, they are not being compliant with the UK nightwear safety regulations, specifically for children. For adults, it's slightly different. It's a bit more relaxed. So we're specifically talking about children. If I was them and they had done these tests, I would make those results public ASAP. Another red flag for me though, which isn't actually a UK requirement, is the fact that these are not snug fitting. In the US, children's pajamas have to be snug fitting in some cases in order to prevent flames. You know, if you've got fabric flowing around, that could catch on fire. So something that's snug fitting is less likely to catch a light. These are not snug fitting. You can just tell by the style. They've got a wide cuff at the bottom, wide sleeves, looks quite boxy. Now, they don't have to comply with that, but in my personal opinion, it should be snug fitting in order to just add that extra layer of safety, especially because there will be so many children in these pajamas. So yes, in summary, they need to confirm in the listing and on labels on the products what that fabric is in terms of its flammability. Has it been tested? If it's not been tested, you need to get it tested and you need to take it off the website now. And this listing as a whole is not fully compliant with UK children's nightwear regulations. It's not completely non-compliant, but it's definitely not. I can't say for sure that it is compliant. So, like I always say in these videos, all I'm doing here is stating facts. This is not even a case of opinion, this is just facts.
They then decided, probably after that girl's video, to then add to the product description, keep away from flames, keep away. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't. There's so many issues that P-Louise has on customer care and product and just the way that they advertise to children. I mean, straight up, who is buying this? What is this? This is like a little sippy cup thing. Their whole just business as a whole deeply confuses me. I don't really understand where it's being catered to, what it's being catered for. I mean, children obviously, but like they're trying to act like they're not, but they are. The 15th millionth time that they've tried to come up with like a new concept or a new thing to do, and they move at things too quickly. And customers get hurt in the process because their customer service is really, really bad. Those people are going to be sat there looking for that 5-day refund. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to be able to get their money back. I didn't predict that this would happen. I would never have been able to do that. But I did predict that something was going to go like, it wasn't going to be all it seemed. And it started out with that AI. I swear, it started out of me seeing earlier on this year the Pinkmas AI building. And I just thought, I was like, this is going to be the Willy Wonka experience all over again. No good can come of it. I don't understand it. But anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say to you guys today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'm really sorry about my appearance, honestly, and like my voice. Yeah, I honestly, breathe. I'm just like catching colds left and right. And the thing is I never get colds really. This is like the first of the winter cold, and I must say I'm not really enjoying it. Hope you guys had an absolutely lovely Halloween. Hope you guys also have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.